Well, it's a different episode of Tomahawk Talk. This time, it's All-Star Edition. We got the regular Tomahawk Talk crew with two All-Stars that join us today. Kyle Kirchville, Michael Stern, I'm Tony Lynch. We're not the All-Stars. It's Connor Wong and Brendon who join us today. Connor, I want to talk to you first. Your first at-bat yesterday, you worked a 2-0 count, then you hit a solo bomb over the left field trees. What was kind of the approach going into that? Did you know a fastball was coming?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was sitting on, and I was trying to get a good pitch to hit that hole at bat and try and find one and put a good swing on it, and I did.
Now, Connor, I want to ask you real quick. You got a chance to catch a lot of pitchers that aren't your own here on the Braves. What is that like? How seriously do you take that? How much do you talk to those pitchers before you go out there?
I mean, you just they come in the dugout before they go out the next inning, and they shake your hand, introduce yourself, and then you go out there and catch them. So it's kind of different, not knowing what their ball's going to do, different pitches. Everyone's got different stuff. So it was interesting. It was a great time. The whole day was awesome. It was just a blast overall.
Blast for you and also a blast for Brendon Little. Brendon, how fun was it for you to get out on the mound? You had pitched the day before, but you looked like you were ready to go out there, and it was a late addition to you to get added to the team, but you made the most of it.
Yeah, no, it was a great opportunity to be able to play in the All-Star game. I had during the day before, but just with the atmosphere, all the people there, just the extra adrenaline helped me get through it, and it was just short outing, so that helps too.
It was funny. We were talking with Tony before the game too. A lot of adrenaline going into it. The first batter you faced, you gave up a single, then you come back and strike the next two batters out. Was it nice to get the first one out of the way? Then you're like, okay, I can find my rhythm.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that first guy started him off, I think 3-0, so I was still settling in. I had a lot of adrenaline going, so after settling in, got the next couple guys out, and just really went to work like what we've been working on all season.
Now, Brendon, you and Connor are two guys that have really been with this team for the better part of the season. You guys have been here for a long time. How much have you seen you guys yourselves grow, as well as your relationships with the whole team?
I mean, with our whole team I feel like we've all become really close, to be honest. We've known each other for a very long time, and not just a couple weeks here in summer ball. So that's been awesome, playing with all these guys and learning from what they do from their schools, and just growing. Just getting out there playing against great competition will help you grow as an individual. So it's been fun.
Cool. Well, Brendon Little and Connor Wong, 2016 Cape Cod Baseball League All-Stars, a solo home run in the starting catcher, and also 1 inning of scoreless ball and 2 strikeouts. We'll be right back on Tomahawk Talk. Well, there are 6 Braves who competed in the All-Star game yesterday. Here is their stat line: 4 hits, 1 home run, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 scoreless innings. So the Bourne Braves pretty much own the entire All-Star game. So that's going to make it easy for our players of the game today. Michael, who do you have?
Well, I'll have the guy that came in towards the end of the game. He wasn't a starter, but he made up for lost time, and that's Willie Yan. He came in, delivered one of his trademark at-bats, swinging at the first pitch and driving an RBI to the right center field gap. He also stole a base, scored one of those runs that you were talking about, and really capped off the night with a huge late-game celebration with Justin Yurchek. He got 2 cracks at it, and he really nailed it the second time, so I'll take Willie.
Willie Yan, a Bourne Brave All-Star reserve, and Michael actually earlier today caught up with him to talk about his performance.
It was an exciting All-Star Saturday night for Willie Yan. He's with me right now. Willie, you didn't start the game, but once you came in, you made an impact, a single, stole a base, scored a run. What was that day like for you?
It was an awesome experience. It was a great opportunity for all the Bourne Braves to come represent Bourne, and it was awesome to be able to represent the University of Connecticut in that game, so it was a lot of fun.
Was that a goal of yours coming into the season, or did it just kind of happen?
It definitely just kind of happened. I was really fortunate to be here and be able to get the experience against these great players on the Cape, and to be able to play in that game was a lot of fun. There's a great atmosphere there. It was a great time.
Not only did you make a lot of impacts during the game, but you also stole the show with a post-game celebration with Justin Yurchek. You also got a practice round when you thought the third out was made. How much did that help you guys out when you got to do the real thing?
Yeah, a little practice helped. No one was really paying attention because everybody was wondering whether or not it was an out. So yeah, a little practice for the celebration helped a lot. It was good to do it with Justin too. That was fun.
Thanks a lot, Willie. Great job at the All-Star game. We'll send it back to Tomahawk Talk.
Well, Willie Yan is now off the board. Now, Kyle, will go to you. A lot of good hitting, a lot of good pitching. Who are you taking?
I'm going to go with Tony Dibrell. Now, this is a guy that I've probably talked to the most over the course of this season, the guy that's really been like, yeah, I want to prove myself. I want to show everybody why I'm here. He's here with his buddy A.J. Morris, so he's got the support of his teammate. At the same time, this guy started the season with the Anglers, is now here on the Braves. I mean, what a tough transition to have to make. Those guys that switch teams in the middle of the summer. Everything you're trying to do is to prove yourself, to make friends, to get to know your teammates. And that's a tough situation. Well, it didn't seem to bother him too much because he ended up as an all-star, had a great performance last night, a scoreless inning, didn't come away with a strikeout. He's a little disappointed about that, but I'm sure he'll take his final stat line. But just a great guy to represent this Bourne Braves team. Big shout out to him for a great season, and looking forward to watching him play throughout the rest of the year.
Tony Dibrell earning him spot on the All-Star team. He also earned himself an interview. This is me and him earlier today. Well, the Bourne Braves in yesterday's All-Star game, they were lights out, especially on the mound, and I'm joined by one of the All-Stars today, Tony Dibrell, one of the starting pitchers for the Bourne Braves. Tony, going into yesterday, there were a lot of nerves. You were telling me before the game. Was it nice to get that first out and the pressure getting left off to your shoulders?
Yeah, it felt good to know my defenders were back there and making easy plays. So once I saw that, I knew I was in control, and it felt pretty good.
It was funny because we were watching BP together, and you're like, wow, these guys are so good. What was your approach going into every single at-bat?
Do not throw the ball over the plate because it will get smashed, honestly. I was just trying to, I threw every single pitch I had. I was throwing everything I had at them just to try to get them all out. So I did my best to, stay at the knees.
Well, you definitely did do your best. Tony was able to retire the side in order. What are you going to take out of this summer, especially during that All-Star game when you go back to college next year?
Just so that I can compete with anybody, These big guys go to SEC schools or whatever, and just to know that I'm just as good as them, or if not better, it feels good to know that.
Well, Tony Dibrell, one of the best pitchers on the Cape and a Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star. We wish you the best of luck in your next start, and we'll send it back to Tomahawk Talk. Well, Michael took Willie Yan. Kyle took Tony Dibrell. I'll take Connor Wong. Just his first at-bat of this season. He has 3 home runs. We'll make it 4. It was a solo bomb, the third one in the top of the second inning, giving the West the 3-0 lead. That was crazy. He also caught a lot of pitchers, and he's been doing a great job. He earns my player of the game. So that's going to conclude this episode, All-Star edition of Tomahawk Talk. For Kyle Kirchville, Michael Stern, I'm Troy Lynch, and we'll see you later today for episode 36.